and we're doing part 3 of the GVG cards. And as you can see, there are no epics. So we're going to filter in the legendaries. Okay. So just going straight down the line here. Major Domo Executus. So we have a 9/7 for 9 mana. So these are the stats of Mal'Ganis, I believe. Death Rattle. Replace your hero with Ragnaros the Firelord. Now, if you haven't seen the Blizzard development video, I keep saying development video, whatever. The pre-release video, whatever. It actually happens, and I was so psyched because I was expecting a 15 health rag, kind of like how Draxus is. Well, that's not quite how it works. So what happens is your hero does get replaced with Ragnaros, but you have 8 health just like the card. And your hero power, which now costs 2 mana, is his effect. So, except for it's not at the end of your turn, so you can use your hero power and randomly shoot out 8 damage somewhere. And it has been in a tweet or something that they're trying to see if Steam Weedle Sniper might work with it. But yeah, that's cool. I don't know. Arena, it might be good. Constructed, I don't think it'll be used, except for in fun decks for sure. Like, I think this whole set will be done for fun decks. But yeah, I think this will be one of those things where we'll see it more coming out of a Sneed's Old Shredder, and then we'll see if it can like wreck, like, for instance, so say a warrior plays a Sneed's, and then Major Domo pops out. Say he's got like 30 armor with 18 health. All of a sudden it's all gone. 8 damage. That could happen. Let's move on to our next one. Nefarian. 9 mana, 8/8. So I think that is the same as Alexstrasza and Onyxia. Battlecry. Add 2 random spells to your hand from your opponent's class. Now when I first saw this, I was like, that's so cool. Like, how awesome is it to get any random cards? Like, there has to be some game-breaking combos that could happen. Like, if one class gets its hand on just the right 2 cards from someone else's deck, like, there has to be something game-breaking in there. But we'll definitely see that once all the cards are released. The problem comes with its cost. 9 mana is a lot. Will it last that long? Who knows? I mean, you're using up a whole turn to summon Nefarian. I don't know. I mean, if we use the Dragon Consort from the Paladin, then this becomes a 7 mana. That's a lot better. 7 mana, 8/8. Maybe you have a Summoning Portal, still 7 mana, 8/8. 2 Summoning Portals. That would be a 5 mana, 8/8. That's amazing, but then you have 2 Summoning Portals in your deck. Or, this next guy, man, my voice is going. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, there are ways to lower its cost. There's also not just this guy down here, but another legendary further down who can help with the cost of things going down, but as is, I don't think it'll see much play in either, except for fun decks. It probably is better in Arena than it is in Constructed, but once again, we'll see. Who knows? Yeah, let's move on to this guy. Now, when I first saw this guy, I thought he was amazing. I was like, oh, okay, so this is kind of like our next Kel'Thuzad. Chromagus, whenever you draw a card, put another copy into your hand. Yeah. And it's a dragon. And it dodges BGH. I mean, yeah, sure, it costs 8, right? But it has a really cool effect. The problem is, will it survive? Because without having Taunt, this card's going to have Taunt. your opponent's going to want to kill it because they don't want you to get two cards, two of the same card, that can stop them. So for instance, Paladin draws True Silver Champion. They've got two True Silver Champions in their hand. Mage draws Flame Strike. They now have two Flame Strikes. Like, any card that you don't want them to have two of, ever, they'll have two of. Like, they draw Sylvanas. They have two Sylvanas. Like any card, Fireball, two Fireballs. Legendaries, you'll get two of them. Like, it's nuts. And there's so many combos that can happen with this thing. But, you know, it is what it... Two Dr. Booms, like, come on. Like, there's just so many things. Like, and even smaller cards, two Frostbolts. Like, you can freeze two guys and have this guy survive another turn to possibly get two Blizzards. Or, you know, it can go on and on. Problems with this card is if your opponent's running a mill, you're screwed. Like, they will mill the crap out of you. But yeah, so, there's just so many. I think it's cool. I think it'll be good in Arena, and I think it will find its place in Constructed, but I can't pinpoint which one. Like I said, I'm no expert. I'm no deck builder. I want to be. I haven't devoted enough any time to being a deck builder, but who knows. Rend Blackhand, I think, was the very first card they ever teased. And we saw him used a lot in the video that Blizzard put out. So he's a 7-mana 8/4, horrible health, great attack, cost. Battlecry, if you're holding a dragon, destroy a legendary minion. That's good and all. I don't know. It's that health. That's the problem. If he had more health, like maybe 6. I think 6 would be good. Like, it'd be way better. But who knows? I think it'll be horrible in Arena. Absolutely horrible, because not everyone drafts legendary. I mean, I think the last bunch of drafts I've done, even the off-screen ones, I haven't had a legendary for like 10 arenas. But who knows? I might find its place in Constructed somewhere. Obviously Dragon decks, otherwise, yeah, it has to be played in Dragon decks, otherwise it's just a crappy 7-drop. Now the card that can make any deck better is Emperor Thaurissan, or Thaurissan. 6 mana 5/5. At the end of your turn, reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1. Holy crap. So you notice your opponent has 6+ cards in their hand, or we should say 7+ cards in their hand, and they drop Emperor Thaurissan. Thaurissan? The Emperor. I'm just gonna call him the Emperor. So they drop the Emperor down, and if you're anything like me, you're gonna just start thinking, oh crap, because all those cards in his hand have just been reduced by 1 cost. So you've just saved 6 mana across the board. You've just allowed combos that could never have happened before, now they can happen. Like, you couldn't play a 6 mana and a 5 mana on the same turn without the coin. Well, now that is a 5 mana and a 4 mana. And you can even throw in maybe an extra card that used to be a 2 mana, now is a 1 mana. It's nuts. It'll definitely make Handlock crazy. Because, can you imagine, like, even the Giants will start costing less. It doesn't matter how many minions on the board, because, well, I don't know how they'll actually interact. I'm just going to assume it'll reduce the cost of everything. And this happens every turn. So if you stick this behind Earth Elemental, Sludge Belcher, Sunwalker, things like that, it's only going to make it better for you. And all these other legendaries that cost so much, like, they'll start going down. So, like, you could have a 6 mana Nefarian. That's amazing. You could have a 5 mana Chromagus. Amazing. Even makes Rend Blackhand good at 4 mana, you know? It's nuts. And say, like, you have Chromagus out, and you draw Emperor Thaurissan, or Thorison. You play Thorison, he makes your other one cost 1 less, bring that guy out, and I'm like, do these stack? If you have 2 of them out? What if you faceless this? Faceless would cost like 4 mana if you're playing it the next turn. Oh my gosh. Okay, where? Magmatron. Oh, these guys must... Okay, these aren't collectible cards. These are cards that bosses, I think, have. Yeah, because they're token. Yeah, okay. I haven't seen these, actually. Whenever a player plays a card, Magmatron deals 2 damage to them. Yeah, these are like boss cards. Still cool to see, though. That looks terrible. All spells cost 3 less for everybody. Interesting. And, oh, 6/6/5/5. 3 mana, 8/4. That's crazy. I don't know who's going to use that against us. A 1 mana, 4/4. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to all other minions. Wow. Oh, and it can change its stats as well. Both players have spell damage +2. That's cool. Alright, cool. Well, we saw some bonus cards there. Hopefully that's not too spoilerish for anyone. I'll put a tag in the title. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. All the gold cards, they have some pretty neat effects. Yeah, I cannot wait. Let's see what Hearthstone's got for us. What else is new? New Ninja card back. That's kind of cool. Golden cards. Some boss cards. There's no point in me going over any of the extra ones. Class challenge rewards. So week 1 we'll have Hunter and Mage. Week 2, Warrior Shaman. Week 3, Druid Priest. Week 4, Rogue and Warlock. And week 5, Paladin. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the... Is it the same? I can't remember. I don't think it is. I'm not 100% on that. Something I'm more excited for, actually. iPhone. My fiance has an iPad. She has the older iPad, I think, so like it can barely play Hearthstone. Like it can play it, but like it seems to disconnect a lot just on its own. Like, you know, when you're playing and all of a sudden it goes to the home screen, and when you go back to Hearthstone it restarts it and you don't get to reconnect. That was the problem I was having with hers, and I've wanted my own iPad for a really long time, and I heard this October they might be releasing iPad Air 3 or iPad Mini 4. In both cases, that's kind of what I'd like, so I have to really start saving my money. But if the one for the iPhone comes out and it works on my 5S, I hope they don't say like starting at the iPhone 6 going forward, because I know there are a lot of people who have older iPhones. Some people still use 4s that would love to play this, and I bet you need a lot of space to install the app. But heck, man, if I had this on my phone, my ranks would be, I'd be a lot higher in the ranks, I think. Oh, wow. I didn't see this before. iPhone 4S or later. Sweet, I'm in. Hearthstone requires an iPad 2 or later. Sweet, so fiance's in. Ooh, a new achievement has been added with rewards you with a classic card pack, which I've been buying lately. Watch a friend win in spectator mode. Easy. Okay, these are new too. Card changes. Ysera, at the end of your turn, draw a dream card. Oh, so it's being changed to add a dream card to your hand, so that Chromagus can't get you bonus. Arcane Missile, steal 3 your enemy among all enemies. Okay. Same with Avenging Wrath. And this is all the flavor text on all the guys. Blah 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 strings. Oh my god, there's a lot. Okay, cool. And then we got some pictures of Blackrocky stuff, which is cool. Alright, and that is it. I'd love to thank Hearthstone for being awesome and having all this stuff. Yeah. So I'm gonna throw these up ASAP, and then I'm gonna finish off that mage arena, or not mage arena, the priest arena, which I did get all the footage back from. And yeah, so I cannot wait for this. Cannot wait for Blackrock. Build a Blackrock deck. Oh, it's just gonna be so much fun. And I'm really hoping that they release like a day early or 2 days early the all the cards into the arena, because I'm gonna try to save up for that. In the meantime, I'll probably be playing on my dummy account. I call it my dummy account. It's just a free Hearthstone account. Yeah. Anyway, that's everything. So, like, comment, subscribe, tell me which cards you like, tell me which cards you think are overpowered, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Peace.